Optimus Prime is one of the most popular and iconic characters in the Transformers franchise. He has appeared in almost every media adaptation, including comics, cartoons, video games, movies, and toys. He is known for his courage, wisdom, and compassion, as well as his motto, "Freedom is the right of all sentient beings." He is widely regarded as a role model and a symbol of leadership. If you have favorite Optimus Prime words, please comment below. But actually, Optimus Prime was not the original name of the character. He was first called Orion Pax, a humble and peaceful Cybertronian who worked as a dock worker. He was severely wounded by Megatron, who was then a gladiator and a revolutionary leader.
A long-lost comrade. Orion Pax is one of us.
Orion Pax was rebuilt by Alpha Trion, one of the original 13 Primes, and became Optimus Prime, the new leader of the Autobots. From the story about Optimus Prime, there is a film story making behind it, so that Transformers can become very famous today. The story begins when a young producer named Don Murphy had an idea for a movie that would appeal to the audiences who grew up with the toys and cartoons of G.I. Joe, a military-themed action-adventure franchise. He pitched his idea to Paramount Pictures, but they were not interested. They said that G.I. Joe was too American and too violent for the international market. Murphy was disappointed, but he did not give up. He decided to look for another toy-based property that could be adapted into a movie. He found one that was even more popular and iconic than G.I. Joe, namely Transformers. Originally, Transformers was a line of toys that featured robots that could transform into vehicles and other objects. It was created by Hasbro in 1984 and spawned a successful animated series, comic books, video games, and merchandise. Murphy thought that Transformers had the potential to be a blockbuster movie with its sci-fi premise, colorful characters, and spectacular action scenes. He teamed up with another producer, Tom DeSanto, and together they developed a story outline for the film. They wanted to make a movie that would honor the original Transformers lore, but also update it for the modern audience. They envisioned a story that would focus on a teenage boy who gets involved in a war between two factions of alien robots, the heroic Autobots and the evil Decepticons, who are searching for a powerful artifact called the Allspark on Earth. Then Murphy and DeSanto pitched their idea to Hasbro, who agreed to license the Transformers brand to them. They then approached DreamWorks Pictures, who agreed to co-finance and distribute the film. DreamWorks also brought in Steven Spielberg, one of the most influential and successful filmmakers of all time, to serve as the executive producer. Spielberg was a fan of Transformers, and he had some creative input on the film. He suggested that the film should have a human element, and that the main character should be a boy who befriends an Autobot named Bumblebee. He also suggested that the film should have a sense of humor, and that the robots should have distinct personalities and voices. To direct the film, Murphy and DeSanto hired Michael Bay, a director known for his explosive and fast-paced action movies. Bay was initially reluctant to take on the project, as he was not familiar with Transformers and he thought that it was a stupid toy movie. Wait, what? However, he changed his mind after he saw a demonstration of the computer-generated imagery, CGI, that would be used to create the robots. He was impressed by the realism and detail of the CGI, and he realized that he could make a movie that would showcase his signature style of filmmaking. He agreed to direct the film, and he brought in his own team of readers, Roberto Orche and Alex Kurtzman, to reread the script. Bay also hired Industrial Light and Magic, ILM, the leading visual effects company in Hollywood, to design and animate the robots. He worked closely with ILM to ensure that the robots would look realistic, believable, and cool on the big screen. To cast the film, Bay and Spielberg chose a mix of established and unknown actors. For the role of Sam Witwicky, the teenage boy who becomes the key to the war between the robots, they chose Shia LaBeouf, a young actor who had starred in several Disney Channel shows and movies. LaBeouf impressed them with his charisma, humor, and enthusiasm, and he also did his own research on Transformers to prepare for the role. For the role of Mikaela Banes, Sam's love interest, and a skilled mechanic, they chose Megan Fox, a model and actress who had appeared in a few minor roles. And she also learned how to work on cars for the role. For the role of Bumblebee, Sam's Autobot protector and friend, they chose Mark Ryan, a voice actor who had worked with Bay on previous films. Ryan also served as the on-set voice for all the other robots, providing dialogue and cues for the actors and the crew. For the role of Optimus Prime, the leader of the Autobots and the most iconic character in the Transformers franchise, they chose Peter Cullen, the original voice actor who had voiced Optimus Prime in the animated series and the 1986 animated film. For the role of Megatron, the leader of the Decepticons and Optimus Prime's archenemy, they chose Hugo Weaving, a famous actor who had played villains in The Matrix and The Lord of the Rings. Fun facts: Weaving recorded his voice in Australia, and he never met Bay or the other actors. Awesome. To film the movie, Bay and his crew traveled to various locations around the world, including Los Angeles, Detroit, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Qatar. They also used several sets and stages in Hollywood, where they built elaborate sets and props. They also collaborated with the U.S. Armed Forces, who loaned them vehicles, aircraft, and personnel for the film. Bay wanted to use as much practical effects as possible, and he staged many real explosions, stunts, and chases for the film. He also used several cameras and angles to capture the action, and he edited the film in a fast and dynamic way. He also added his own touches to the film. The film was completed in 2007, after a year of production and post-production. It was released on July 3, 2007 by Paramount Pictures, and it was a huge success. It grossed over $709 million worldwide, making it the fifth highest-grossing film of 2007. The film also spawned a franchise, with 6 more films being released: Revenge of the Fallen, 2009, Dark of the Moon, 2011, Age of Extinction, 2014, The Last Night, 2017, Bumblebee, 2018, and Rise of the Beasts, 2023. So, from this story we learn about the long journey of Optimus Prime and his friends in Transformers so that we can enjoy it on the big screen and become quite famous characters throughout the world. Don't hesitate to choose one of our videos on this screen to get entertainment related to artists and films. Hit like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching.